What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at this exercise right here. Believe me, I'm going to explain it in like 7 minutes or something. But honestly speaking, you can do this in like 1 or 2 minutes if you know what you're doing. So let's just see. We have this graph, and they're telling us we have a weighted directed graph. And we want to find the shortest way from B to F, right? So we want to go from this node to this node. So what we're gonna do first is gonna find all the ways we can take from B. So for example, let's just start with this. For example, we can go from B to 1. Oops. You can go from B to 1, right? And it doesn't work because, well, we should just stay in A, right? So we can just ignore this path, right? Intuitively, we're just gonna search all the paths we can take from B and try to get from that path towards F. So in this case, I just tried with A to B, but once we get to A just stays in there. So we cannot really do anything else. Then we do, for example, I don't know, let's just try this, right? We can go from B to C, right? And let's just put here a path, a little marker, and we can do 2, because that's our weight in this case. And then we proceed from C to E. So C to E. So we can do a C to E, right? Now we do +1. And then from E to F, right? All good. E to F is another +1. So ultimately we have 4 as our weight. Now let's take a pink, and now let's see D, for example, right? We can take D, we can take, let's take 2, for example, here. Let's go in order. So we can take the 2, 1, right? So it's gonna be 2, and then +1. So +1, because we go from this to this. So that's gonna be 3, right? And then we can take another one, right? 3, and then from D, we can go to E. So in this case, it's gonna be -2, right? And then again, +1, right? So we're gonna write here 3 -2 +1. That's basically gonna be 2, right? Now, here's a trick. Right now, intuitively, we would say that the shortest path does exist, and it will be the green one, right? Because it's the shortest one. It has the one with the lowest weight. And normally we would be correct, right? Normally we would say, yeah, these other two do not care. The shortest path is B. Oops, oopsie daisy. Okay, I deleted everything, I think. What the heck happened? There we go. We go from B to D to E and F, and then that's it, right? We get a nice, the shortest path is 2, and we call it a day. However, this is where it's tricky. It's not necessarily true. Why? Let me just erase the other lines, right? Because we don't want these anymore. We want to focus on this in this case, right? What happens is the following. It's really interesting. So what happens is you're in this node, right? And you have already found F, but we want the shortest path. So meaning if we can make it less, if we can make the weight less, then let's do that, right? So in this case, look what happens. We can take here a path to D, right? So let's just do another extension here. We can take another path to D. Let me just do another color, actually. Let me just choose another type of green, a darker green. We can go to D, and then we can do -3, was going to be the weight we already had, so 2, -3. And then we can do once more -2, so -2, and then +1. What number will we get from that? Well, 2 minus 3 is going to be -1. -1 minus 2 is going to be basically -3. No, sorry. It's -5. Well, it's going to be basically just 3 minus 5, which is going to be -2, right? So as you can see, we already have -2, right? Once we get to here, we have -2 again. And this can go on and on and on because it's a cycle, so to speak. And once we have a cycle, well, it basically means that we have endless amount of things. As you can see, it went from 2, and then it's now -2. And the next cycle is going to be -6, and the next cycle is going to be -10 because the difference here is 4 difference, 4 difference. So it just goes on and on and on. And so we can say it does not exist. So in here we can say, falls ja, geben Sie einen solchen künstlichen Weg an. So we say nein, es gibt keine künstlichen Weg, weil wir eine negative zyklische Weg haben, or something like that. I'm not really sure about my German. My German kind of sucks. But basically that's what we want to say, that there's a negative cycle that continues on and on to infinity. You could even show the example here, like, hey, it goes from 2 to -2 to -6 to -10. So we can just go till that up until infinity, right? Minus infinity, meaning we will never reach our actual shortest way, right? Now, we already know this, so let's just, we already explained this one. But what happens here, and it says here, we have to check again of the Teilaufgabe, but we want to check from C to A. Okay, let's check C and A. That's an actual brand, C and A. It's like a clothing brand. What am I saying, dude? So let's delete all of this. Oopsie daisy. Oh, no. I hate notability sometimes. It just does some weird stuff. So we want to go from C to A. So that is C to A, right? So let's check all the possible ways we can get there. We can go from here. So we have, right, -1. And then from B to A, for example, B to A, -1. So it's going to be -2. -1. It's going to be -2. Or we can get from C to A again, C to A. So we can also get directly, just like so. So that'll be just 2, right? And let's check if we can somehow get there again. We can probably just, I don't know, from C to A, we can probably go, hey, we can probably go here, and then we come back here. But as you can see, once we just go here, we're just staying around this area. So there's no possible way. We never go back here, as you can see. So these are the only possible ways. And in this case, it does work. Why? Because we go from here to B, and then from B we go to A with a weight of -2, and then A doesn't go anywhere. In the other case, F did go somewhere. That's why we could have like a cycle, so to speak. But over here, A just stays there, so that's it. That's the shortest way. So we can simply say that yeah, there exists one, and it will go from C, right? It goes to, how you call this, B, and then to A with weight -2. And that's pretty much how you solve this exercise. Again, I explained it really in depth, well, more in depth than normally, but honestly speaking, you can see the simple structure of this exercise is really not that difficult. Once you get it, you can do that in 2 minutes. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.